Hey guys, these are the JFG Racing handguards or brush guards, and I just wanted to give a quick kind of review and some tips on installation for you guys. This is a 2010 WR250R, if you can see there, and I just got these off of Amazon, and bang for the buck, I think they're damn worth it, because even if you had to make your own hardware to mount them, it's worth it. This is a nice heavy piece of aluminum that has the plastic injection molded around it. It's tougher than hell. And it comes with these inserts. I'm going to say the hardware might be a little lighter, possibly more brittle aluminum than, malleable or bendable. It could split, it feels like, more than bend. But overall, they're incredibly sturdy. I basically could pick the bike up by these things now without them rotating. Now, obviously, I think if I were to hit the ground, they'd rotate. If I were to hit a tree pretty firm, they might rotate unless I hit it square. But they're in there. I mean, like I said, I can literally probably pick the bike up with these things without rotating them. So a couple of tips. This little aluminum barrel comes with a sleeve for larger handlebars. I didn't need the sleeve. So you just want to make sure the slits are in the right area. The slits you'll see on the barrel, the slits need to be down here so that it can flower out and grab the inside of your handlebar. And then you want to make sure you install this little insert into the brush guard before you insert it into the handlebar so that you have the brush guard to pull it out if something goes wrong. You don't want to back the screw off too far and lose your nubby inside your handlebar. So that's one tip just to keep in mind. So that might help you. The other thing over here, you're going to see, getting this manipulated. You want to mount this first, I think, and then this will show, line up for you. And you can see I was kind of dodging my clutch cable, my other wires, and had to kind of go over with my clutch cable. But I got it in there, and you're going to see the little plastic inserts it comes with. But so you can pinch down on the bar and hopefully not damage it and get some traction maybe. One thing I did need to do, you'll see down in here, see at the tip of my thumb there, there's a little nut. So you're going to kind of want a spacer, I believe, maybe washers, nut, whatever, to create some, when you bite down that side. Otherwise you seesaw too much. You scissor this wider over here. You want to get a good bite over here, possibly. It depends on your bike, of course, and your handlebars. And then this won't rattle. So I've got a real tight bite because of that additional spacer nut I put on there. And then you want to be careful about tightening this. This is steel going into aluminum, so you don't need to go crazy there because that's really based on shear strength. And then these, I don't know what kind of tension they're going to take before they snap, but they feel like they could potentially snap. I got them pretty darn tight. But another couple tips. Cutting the grip off, just cut the very end off. You can see I could probably slide my grip out a little bit because that is my handlebar there, that crosshatch steel. This is the Pro Taper Evo bar that it came with the bike that when I bought it, used. And then on the grip side, or on the throttle side, you're going to just cut the very end off again. And then, I used your basic razor knife or this razor knife. Mine on the left side was torn halfway off already, so I just cut it there. This one, as you can see, you cut the grip off, and then you got that plastic to, drill out on the throttle here. So I used the basic Dremel with a cone shaped, and I took my whole grip assembly off so that I could drill it without getting debris into the handlebar and all that. You don't want to get your throttle stuck. You just want to get it obviously adjusted just right so it doesn't hit the aluminum and it doesn't rub on your handlebar inside. So check everything when you're done, make sure nothing's sticking, obviously, and you got no debris in here. That's why it's worth taking this off and dremeling it out nice and even. You want to make the hole as small as possible so you don't get sand in there if you fall over and stuff like that. But again, stick the barrel insert in with the hand guard attached so that you have something to grab onto. And then again, I did need a spacer over here. You'll see they made them a little bit different. One side is got this larger flange, theoretically to protect your brake reservoir. The other one does not have as large a flange, so that's how you kind of tell left from right. They come with no directions. They're super sturdy. Maybe they would be nicer if these were a little bigger, but I don't mind. For the money, you can't beat it. So even if you had to make your own hardware. So I really was concerned about them rotating because they're not obviously heavy-duty bark busters. One theory I had after I play with them for a little while is I might drill a set screw straight down through here and into the handlebar. I know some folks might not like that idea, but these handlebars are so tough that tiny little hole won't make a difference. That'll keep that fitting from rotating. I'm just going to use them for a while and see how I like them. And then you could get fancy and build yourself a little aluminum bracket to bolt to here or to bolt to your stanchion bolts here. So that's one theory. One thing I did, just little things, these corners were so sharp, I ground those off and sanded them down. They felt so sharp, I just wanted to knock them down a little bit. And the other thing I did too is this clutch cable is really on there tight. So I ground a little nubby there, as you can see, for my cable, so wasn't cutting into it. You can kind of see it was starting to chafe into it a little bit. So I just ground that down with the same grinding wheel to make an even or a smooth place for the clutch cable to sit. So those are my 2 cents. Bang for the buck, it's worth it. There'll be a link down below. I appreciate any subscriptions, and I hope that helps. And I don't think you can go wrong buying these things. They're incredibly sturdy for what they are. And again, if you got to make hardware, buy different hardware. I don't think it's too big a deal for the price. I've seen other hardware online that you could get. Hope that helps. Take care, guys.